We should give Michael the fart machine control.
Yes, yes. Every time we like adjust a little.
That's right.
Hey, Kelly, can you reach back there and grab the movie we're going to watch?
But that have to be like a really big, long one.
I just quit. Sorry.
Like basically the entire time she's turned around, it's just like this big, long.
Yeah. Welcome to the Cult Show.
All right.
We're live and recording, talking about Kelly and her flatulence. That's okay.
My front flatulence or back flatulence? See, women have multiple kinds of flatulence. Okay.
Only the back.
So,
Only the back. We don't want to.
Can that happen like at the same time?
technically, yes. If there was.
Is that like a perfect storm? Is that like an Armageddon or something? Like... I mean, I only have one mouth, so I can't make both noises at the same time. But is it like a?
We'll go 1, 2, 3.
At the same time.
It's kind of like a.
And then like the world ends. And then George Clooney dies on a boat. And...
Oh man, that's funny. I don't know.
Get 1, 2, 3.
I don't know
make
enough,
the noise.
enough about those muscles to know if that's possible or not.
It is possible.
All right.
It's a totally different set of plumbing.
You have to worry about that when you're at the gynecologist, like, you know. I hope I don't perfect storm you.
No, because like air doesn't just randomly go in there. I'm not that.
Yeah, but when they crank you open, I mean, it's like, you know, you can get those.
Yeah. When they use the chest separator to like open you up. Because that's what they use, right? Like it's like heart surgery, open heart surgery.
Yes, it is.
I believe it's called a speculum. Is that correct?
Yes,
Hi,
lose
kids.
their
Thanks for
medical
tuning in. So today, so far, we've learned that it is possible to have a double escaping of
the
air.
double whammy.
There you go. If you're
Yeah.
female, that is.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
I've never done it, but now I have a new challenge
Sure.
to aspire to with my bodily
You have some homework
functions.
tonight. So,
You know what? Honestly, if you have no judgment.
I have not.
believe me, if guys could do it, we would do it all the time, and on purpose. We would like
We'd
try.
be shooting her up there
Yeah.
just to make it happen.
We would be like texting our friends. Guess what I just did?
while
have to be-
lighting our farts on fire at the
right.
same time too.
You'd have to be like having intercourse and eating beans at the same time.
Done that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 2.
That was just the warm up.
That's right.
It's like when they have the stand-up comedian come out and like warm up the crowd, you know, before the show.
We're not gonna have any more to say now, though.
I know.
What
I
do
think
you
it's a
say?
keeper.
What do you
That's
say
a
after
keeper.
that?
Nothing.
What
Other
do
than-
you say?
You say welcome to the Cult Show, episode 2.
Welcome to the cult show. Cult. Okay. Okay.
Welcome to the Cult Show, episode 2. 2. That's right.
I shouldn't do that. That's a bad.
That's probably a
That's an
sign.
offensive gesture if we were on the other side of the pond.
Okay.
Yeah.
In England. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Let's offend the English. They deserve it.
Only we
They
only
deserve
offend.
it. Serving me bangers. What the hell? Boiled sausages. Get it right.
Have
English
you had
people.
bangers and mash?
Yes,
like
I have.
authentic, the real deal? Like have you
I
been
had it
over
at
there?
Epcot Center. Does that count?
Bangers.
Where you go around the world, you know, in Epcot.
Yeah, you're talking to like Disney
Oh, that's
fan
right, Miss Disney
extraordinaire.
over here. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Miss,
Yeah.
Miss, what do you call it? Disney banging? What's that called?
That's a different thing.
That's a
Disney,
different-
Disney
I'm pretty
bound.
sure it's.
Bound.
I'm pretty sure it's
Disney bound.
banging.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Disney banging.
Disney bound.
I'm sure people have been caught doing that.
oh, I can only
mean, like,
imagine.
I'm wondering what's the big spot they go to?
Oh,
like,
man. I mean, probably the haunted house is a good one. You know, because it's
yeah,
dark and
yeah.
you're looking at dead people, which always turns me on. So, then,
But I wonder if it's like if you get caught, you know, doing flash photography, like do they stop the ride? Do they call you out? They say like, all right, keep your genitals inside the inside the doom buggy at all times.
I don't know.
You know, I would bet that they have like a whole protocol where they have to like sanitize whatever, you know, was being sat on or laid on, or, you know.
I've seen someone doing that in Pirates of the Caribbean. I saw a lady come over and like sanitize an entire boat. And so my friends and I were like, "What? We don't want to know what just happened in that boat."
Right. So, I mean, I read an interesting article
and everything. So
about how one of the big problems is people wanting to spread ashes.
I've heard that.
Deceased loved ones inside the park, and so there's a code that they have to, you know, do the radio, and then they have to, you know, come out, and I don't know if they're in like hazmat suits or anything, but you know, they have to clean it all up.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Suck up the ashes.
Yeah.
But if you get them in the water, it's like, what do you do?
No, well, that's the thing. You know, who knows what happens then? But anyway, I feel
maybe those are when you go to like a ride, like Pirates is closed, because they're draining the water of ashes. You know. Water's ashy.
Hey, listeners, if you happen to work at Disneyland or Disney World or used to work at one of those places,
hit us
let us know.
You were starting to tell us a story about when you got in your car this morning. But then but then we ran out of time because we had to start shooting. So
and we wanted to, you know,
continue your story.
Okay, so I'll continue my story. So for the viewers at home
and listeners on their pods of eye.
Aye. So, you can hear, listeners, you can hear me crumpling the Post-it notes. So, my neighbor left some really fun Post-it notes on my car. I'm guessing one was from yesterday, and I think one was from today. The first one reads, "Could you get any closer? Check the white line on the passenger side." We have pretty narrow parking spots, and so it's, you know, if you park too far to the right, you're too close to that guy, you're too far to the left, you know. So you kind of can't win in our parking spots. And then I get this other one that says, "Really? 2 days in a row? 3 question marks. Check the white lines."
Wow.
Somebody not happy.
Dang.
So, of course, my creative mind says, what kind of fun prank can we play on neighbor who left the notes? Do I get a bunch of green Post-its and cover their spot with it? Do I maybe put like a elf on the shelf on their car with like some lumps of coal?
Jeez, I don't know. That's a good question.
Like what I need ideas. What's like a fun little, you know, bitter prank that I can do back to them?
Oh boy, throwing eggs at a window is always fun.
I don't want to get too.
How about fun, but not?
Yeah, I want it to be light-hearted.
Or,
exactly, because I don't do the
just sort of saying
pranks.
like, all right, I got your notes.
So not vindictive.
But you know, now I'm just gonna make this fun.
I'm gonna get sassy with it. Yeah, a little sassy prank. Because I don't like mean pranks. I hate like, you know, I don't want to like startle them or like cause anyone any.
Do you know the neighbor before this?
So I actually don't know who it is.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I just know they park
I'm guessing
next to me on the passenger side.
Okay.
So
you live in an apartment complex?
A condo.
A condo.
Yeah, a condo complex.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so what do I do?
What do you do? Caleb, can you give any ideas? No ideas?
So when they say, "Could you get any closer?" I almost want to like put a little boombox blasting Nine Inch Nails Closer and be like, "Hell yes, I can," you know.
Or maybe you just park right up against their car.
Just get even closer
even
and be
closer.
like, "Well, yes,
I can.
Yes, I can. I can get
challenge
close."
accepted, sort of thing.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
You should write back. I don't know. Let's
I
find
would
out.
love to write back. Yeah.
Or you could do really easy. Would be to go get like a little Grinch stuffed animal.
Oh, cute.
And just like leave it on his wiper.
That's cute. I do like that.
And you're just like,
there you go.
It's you, call him a Grinch.
You're giving them a gift.
You are.
Know, and then yet at the same time,
you
know, a gift with some.
Or I thought about like actually decorating their spot with like, you know, lights, tinsel,
oh, there you go.
like Christmassy stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just get really festive.
Or you say, "I'm really sorry, I'm blind in my left eye."
Oh, that's the thing. You could do a whole sob story, like you never know what someone's going through.
Exactly.
Just really make them feel bad. No, because it's true. Like, to be totally serious, you never know what someone's going through. And here's the thing, like, this little note could really break someone's day.
No, it could.
Like if you're having a crappy day and you get a note like that, like who
Yeah.
knows? That could.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
be the straw that
Because
broke the
I've
camel's
always
back.
thought about, at one point I wanted to have things printed up that said like, "Congratulations, you're the world's worst driver,"
Yeah,
or
yeah.
worse. I'm
Yeah.
editing myself,
Which
a
is
little
funny,
bit,
like
but,
hilarious, yeah.
But
yeah.
like, is it really necessary? Like,
Yeah,
all right, they
yeah.
parked terribly. I get it, but
Yeah.
is it really necessary to
Yeah.
leave that
yeah.
on their car?
Yeah, probably not. Just like people who are honking. Like if
Random
someone
honkers.
clearly makes a mistake when they're driving, whatever it is. I mean, I'm talking like a clear mistake, not like they're about to hit you, and then people are honking at them. Like when someone's
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
it might
Or
be.
following them in traffic, or tailgating
Yeah, yeah,
them,
exactly.
or,
Road rage.
or
you know.
slowing down to like 15 miles an hour on the
Mm-hmm.
freeway.
Right. Despite
I mean,
someone, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
is it therapeutic? I don't know. Is
I
it
always try-
necessary?
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I look
not.
at it from because I can guarantee you no one gets worse road rage than I do, because
Okay.
my 0 to 100 is in the car, and as soon as someone does something to me, no matter whatever, I immediately go. There's no in between for
There's
me.
no- it's just-
I'm on.
you
I'm
snap.
triggered. I'm whatever you said it
Triggered.
was, and I'm like boom.
You're such a millennial.
You know,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, exactly. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I'm adding them.
Yeah.
Is that a
Don't
thing?
at me, bro.
I at you, bro. There you go.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, I mean, I just go, and Kayla's seen this a few times out of
Uh-oh.
me, and probably
We
not
can
my
vouch
worst.
for you.
But yeah, I mean, but there's one time where I was like standing up, trying to out my window, scream at the guy behind me. 'cause
Wait, standing up?
I was like getting up, and I was out the window, and I was like,
I was like, how are you
"Why
standing?
you were there? You saw, right?" And I was like, because he wanted me to turn on a red light.
Yeah.
And the light wouldn't turn green, but I couldn't turn because there was traffic going straight.
Right,
But he kept
right.
honking at me to go.
You're like,
I'm like, dude, I can't. There's
Yeah,
people coming.
yeah.
So I finally like, no, that's it. My shit is lost. I'm going. I am turning
Going
now.
ape.
But I mean, I've been in. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been in circumstances like merging. Cannot stand it when you're trying to merge, and then some a-hole doesn't understand. They have to let you on. They have to either speed up or slow
They gotta
down
pick one.
because you're
You
the
gotta
guy
pick
that's
one.
trying to build up speed to get on the freeway.
Yeah.
And then there was one guy one time purposely sat there. I was ahead of him getting on, and then he came up on me and looked at me and goes, "Get behind me."
Oh my God.
Think like there's that. And so literally my first thought was, I'm ramming my car into him now. And I literally, it was my first thought. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, here we go. And then thank God, something else, reason or whatever took over and said,
Whatever
okay, not this
reason.
time.
The kid in the back seat.
I know.
My daughter's screaming for her life.
His
Yeah.
flesh and blood.
Exactly.
His love and life.
Daddy, not again. But, so I mean, but that was my first thought. I'm gonna ram this guy with my car.
yeah.
Because it was just like to 100, boom, like that.
Wow.
I get, I get so mad so quickly.
Or like you
And-
said, with kind of like you were saying with the, trying to turn on the green light, or when someone's crossing the street and the guy behind you's like, go, 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 and you're like, no, there's like
Right.
an
I'm not
elderly
gonna commit
person.
murder,
Yeah,
vehicle homicide
yes,
for you.
yeah.
A-hole.
Because the law is you have to wait till they finish crossing the street.
completely.
Yeah,
You're supposed to, yeah. But I just noticed that, and maybe it's because the older I get, you don't care as much, right? When people think about you, but I've become so much more vocal and at screaming at people.
Yeah.
People, when you're driving, be smart.
Be
Don't
smart.
be stupid. If someone's merging, let them get in the lane. It'll make traffic flow so much easier. It's not hard.
Be smart
Not hard
and
to
be
figure out.
patient. I feel like patience is something that has just been lost, just in general with humanity. And I don't know if it's because everything is so like instant gratification now that we
Right.
don't have to wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
internet-
appreciate patience very much.
The
in
internet
people.
is clearly making us dumber. So, and because of, and granted, there's more that we can learn, but because of
Yeah.
the internet, there now exists social media and all these things that people have just lost touch with how to actually treat other people.
Yeah.
And I think that it's
Well,
become
because people think they're anonymous when
right.
you're
but-
online because you're not actually confronting the person face to face.
Yes.
Like, can you imagine if they were to go up to someone and actually say one of those like mean bullying comments to their face?
No, exactly.
I mean,
They wouldn't
do
do
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So social media, and I don't mean to go off on a second tangent. but
Right. I know. Right. Number
Social
2.
media is a responsibility far too great for us to have. There is so much damage it is doing if you think about it as a society,
You say more? Would you say more harm than good? Because there is some good.
there is some. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's all bad, but there.
Yeah,
Because
but would
there
you say
is, you're
there's
right.
the
But
bad
there's
outweighs
so
the
much
good?
now that it's just I don't know if it outweighs it honestly, but I just know that it is. I think it is far too great a responsibility for this world to have. And there's not going to be a zombie apocalypse. There's going to be a stupid apocalypse.
So you think
And that's what's
Idiocracy
I think
is
Idiocracy
a documentary?
is already happening.
It's a
already happening.
documentary.
You can see
Yeah.
it, the way people are driving and treating each other and
Yeah.
everything going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I fear for my children and what they have to deal with. And
Yeah,
you know.
I love the Academy Awards scene in that movie. The great best movie of the year.
Yes.
It's like butts. Or whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my quick little thing, and I'm sure
Yeah.
as we keep going on in our endeavors in this show, we will get more
Yeah.
into that kind of fun stuff because
But there are,
it pisses me off every day. So
I was gonna say, there are a lot of good things come from social media, i.e.
I mean,
these wonderful videos that we can create and share with everyone,
that is true. That is a great thing.
bringing the
I mean,
the horror and the genre film community together.
No, you're right. I mean, I know what
Yeah,
Andrew Dice Clay had for
yeah.
breakfast, so that's a great thing. So
What
those
did he
are-
have for breakfast?
I don't know. You probably had a.
Some
I don't know.
curds and whey with Little Miss Muffin on a tuffet.
Oh!
That was the worst Andrew Dice Clay impression. I am sorry. I apologize.
We're sorry, Mr. Clay.
I am so sorry.
You know what? I noticed
So-
we're not very good at saying our names. I don't know. Do you have to do that anymore? You say it the first time and then that you're
guess.
done, or do you have to say it every episode?
We can just do just a really quick, let's just go around. Kelly Hittman.
I'm Neil Promoter,
I'm Caleb Dix.
Done.
and this is the Cult Show.
Woo!
Dun dun dun.
Yay.
We can't afford special effects yet, so we have to just do it ourselves.
Just
Right.
vocally.
Or
Dun.
music.
Yeah.
Or music, exactly. Can't afford to pay the rights for music.
We're going to
so-
start an a cappella group. And
There you go.
We're Aka Awesome.
We're the Three Losers a cappella group.
Rock,
so
Rockapella
actually,
2.0.
so we talk. So we talk about flatulence. We talk about
Yeah, all kinds of bodily functions have been covered.
road rage, and we talk
Road
about
rage.
movies even.
Imagine that.
Can you believe that?
Imagine that.
I know.
This
believe it-
is a full service
Full-
pod view
pod video cast. Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Extraordinaire thing where we talk about films, and today we are talking about Creepshow, my absolute favorite horror film of all time.
Yes.
And my number, I don't even know, it's in my top 3 probably of
Ooh.
every genre whatsoever.
What are the other two?
So, oh boy, you would ask me that.
I would.
I would say Heat, the film Heat from 1995.
Okay.
Probably my first film. I have a man crush on Al Pacino.
You can
yeah.
say it's just a crush.
So-
You don't even have to say.
Just a
It's
crush.
a
Okay,
crush.
well,
It's
it's
a
a man.
straight-
I want
it's a
everyone to know
straight
that
up
he's a man. So
Yeah.
and
I think
have
we
been
know Al
called one once in a
Pacino.
while, but yeah, Alphonse Pacino.
Nice.
I saw him live on Broadway. He was doing
What?
Glengarry Glen Ross, which is one of my favorite plays
Wow.
of all time, and it was him and Bobby Cannavale and a bunch of other actors who are really good. I can't remember right now, unfortunately.
They were amazing.
But no, to see Al Pacino performing live in a play on Broadway, and this is in New York, not San Francisco. So it wasn't one of the girly clubs in San Francisco. This is Broadway with the plays in New York.
Broadway. Yeah.
It was really cool. And then I went behind stage, or the back door you wait for when they all come out.
Stage
right?
door.
So
It's
I
a
went-
verb. You stage door
You
it.
stage door? Is that a verb?
It
Okay.
is in the theater community.
Okay,
with
well,
all the
I stage
theater
doored
geeks.
it.
Yes.
When we saw the show, and I got fairly close to Al Pacino, and I was like screaming his name, and I actually met Bobby Cannavale. He came out because no one was paying as much attention to him.
Aw.
Unfortunately, Bobby's cool. Bobby was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
And then the second night we had dinner in that area, so I went back just to see if I can get closer this time.
Yeah.
I got 4 feet away.
Ooh.
And if I would have been right there in front, if I'd only got up in a certain line that I didn't get in, I didn't find the line. It was
Yeah.
disappointing. But I got 4 feet away, and I was just like screaming, "Ow, ow!" But like everyone, I have like video of me just going, "Ow!" But you have a picture of him looking at me.
And here's that clip right now.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so, but anyway, it was it was cool. It was
Nice,
fun. Al was
yeah.
cool. I love Al. So Heat #1. There you go.
Okay.
That was way off tangent. On tangent
What's
there.
number 2?
I don't know. I gotta think about
Gotta
that.
think, okay,
I'm
okay.
not sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, Creepshow is my top 3, so it could be into Pulp Fiction. I like a lot, of course. Pulp Fiction's like a classic.
Yeah.
Caleb and I saw it together like 113 times in the theater. So, But yeah, and so Creepshow, I'm so happy to
So
talk about because I
Creepshow,
can talk
yes.
forever about it because it has.
You're repping it on your.
Oh yeah, I'm repping. There you go. See, I got my
wardrobe.
Creepshow
Yes.
shirt.
Where'd you get that shirt, by the way?
This shirt is from our good friends at punkstuff.com.
Yes.
Punkstuff.com.
What was that again?
Punkstuff.com.
All right.
So if you go there, they have all kinds of cool horror film T-shirts, kind of just the weird kind of stuff.
Yeah, just
T-shirts,
like-
odds and ends,
yeah.
and also like rock and roll and that
I was
kind
gonna
of
say,
stuff.
I hope they have punk stuff.
They have punk stuff also.
.com.
They do. .com.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So thank you, Punk Stuff. I love my Creepshow shirt.
And we love our punk rock.
So we do.
Yes.
Our punk rock and
yes.
our punk stuff.
Yes.
So Creepshow has, of course, you have this pairing. Can you pair 3 people? It's not a pairing anymore for 3, is it?
It's a trio.
It's a trio.
It's
Okay.
a-
So you have a trioing.
Power trio.
On the culture, we invent our own language.
Yes, we do.
We have a trioing of George Romero, Stephen King, and Tom Savini.
It's like a golden triangle.
It is. It is
of
my golden triangle
horror.
of love. It is. So, George Romero, of course, everyone should know was, of course, the originator of,
Zombie
they consider the
king.
modern zombie film.
Yeah, yeah.
Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead, by the way, is my second favorite horror film of all
That's
time.
right, yes.
So at some
yeah.
point you'll hear about it. But George Romero, and then you have, of course, Stephen King, who, I mean, is this god of gods when it comes to writing and
Yeah.
just being
Yeah.
an overall cool dude. And then Tom Savini is a special effects master from the 80s especially.
Yes,
The king
yeah.
of, the godfather of splatter. I think it's the godfather, he was called, of splatter.
Mm-hmm.
But he did films like Friday the 13th, the first and fourth one. And he, I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. Lots of Tales from the Dark Side TV shows and The Burning, all these really cool movies, like super gory. And then, of course, Creepshow, where he does special effects. And he has
Yeah.
a little bit role in it as a trash collector towards the end. But I love Creepshow. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'll
He's
tell
done
you-
a few little cameos here and there.
Savini?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
no, he's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
He kind of got into acting. He's in really good shape. Like he obviously takes care of his body, and in fact, I think he just turned like 60 or probably 70 now. Actually, I think. I don't know, Tom. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. 65? I don't know.
He's in his 40s.
But he took a picture. I
looks
guess he takes a
amazing.
picture of himself every year on his birthday, and he
Oh,
posts
okay.
it like without a shirt on. You know,
Oh.
and then it was like I saw it 'cause I follow him on the old Twitter sphere or whatever, and he was.
Was this Tinder? Or is this,
No, no,
are
no,
you
no.
swiping? Are you swiping?
I'm swiping
on him?
up, you know,
Okay.
so that your
You're
feed
scrolling, you're
moves.
scrolling.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he looked really fantastic.
Nice.
But
All right.
So he was actually he did he did a film called The Ripper that he hates. So he's probably even sad that I mentioned that. And then he also, of course, more recently did he was a Sex Machine, and From Dusk Till Dawn. I don't know if you remember that at all. He was the
Oh,
guy
I mean, I
that
remember-
he had the penis pistols that popped up. If you remember that, that was pretty cool. He was awesome in that.
I was gonna say I was a little too young when that came out.
Were you?
It would have been very inappropriate for me to see that movie.
No, well,
But now I can.
now she can and she
Now
will.
I
Sounds
can,
like
and I will.
she's like penis pistols. I'm all over
Sold.
that.
Yeah.
And then Planet Terror, which was half of that Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino film.
Grindhouse.
Grindhouse,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
And then, but to other stuff. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
more recently what he's
yeah.
done. He teaches at a
I was gonna say,
university.
I love how he's very encouraging to future makeup artists and really helping, with education.
Yeah.
and-
Savini was my god. I'll say that. When I was growing up, I met him a couple times. But the first time I was at a Fangoria film convention. For those of you who remember that, in LA at the Hilton LAX Hotel.
Weekend of Horrors.
Weekend of Horrors, very good. Fangoria.
Yeah,
I had
oh.
the videotape back there, the Fangoria Weekend of Horrors videotape.
Oh.
Anyway, so I met him. I stood in the line and I met him. I was probably 13 years old. I have the picture still. In fact, the picture is hanging on my Creepshow poster in my office of me wearing my Freddy Krueger shirt, meeting Tom Savini. How old is he, Caleb? See? Not yet?
Tom Savini is 72 years old.
72, okay.
As
Wow.
of November 3rd.
Okay. Cool.
So he had a birthday a little less than
Just a month ago almost, yeah.
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 Thank you. And yeah, anyway, so Tom, he was all over my walls. Like boys, growing up have pictures of girls.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like our area would have been Samantha Fox or Kylie Minogue.
Or like,
and I had Tom
Tom
Savini
Savini.
and George Romero.
The shirtless
and
Tom
Jason
Savini?
Voorhees.
Like,
No, he didn't do any shirtless ones,
Okay.
unfortunately. So.
Yeah, but he would have.
Yeah, I would have never gotten
No
to see
Heather
them.
Thomas, no Heather Locklear.
That's right.
Tom
None of the
Savini.
Heathers.
Tom
No
Savini.
Heathers.
Actually, I would like to point out that some of the things that you see up on the background over here were on Neil's wall.
They were.
Really?
There are some
Yeah.
those Freddy Krueger things, Elm Street, that Jason mask.
From your childhood?
From my childhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that is too cool.
I know, it's crazy, right? That
Feels
creep
like
show.
we're like admiring our own set. Wow,
Wow.
doesn't it look great? Oh,
This is so authentic,
this
people.
is so awesome.
This is for you, my
But
friends.
it is all real deal stuff.
That creep show. You see
Not
that,
just a prop.
that creep show comic book is an original that was done for the film. That is really cool. It's a whole all 5 segments in that comic, and it's drawn up really sweet. And that thing's an original. And I mean, I got Creep Show the poster at my office, and I got that Creep Show thing hanging right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got Creep Show the lunchbox, Creep Show the flamethrower. So that's a Spaceballs reference in case you.
Oh,
didn't
okay.
know.
Didn't
Thank
get
you.
it.
Someone
Missed
got
it. Sorry.
Someone, that's okay. Anyway,
I do love the movie, but
so yeah, so I don't know. For me, Creep Show, I don't know, the 5 tales. It's 5 tales of terror. Yes. Brought to you by the by the masters of the macabre. But it's I love the lighting and the comic book. They try to take from the old DC comics of like the tales from the crypty type thing and make that into a movie. And they did such a great job. Transferring that basically with there's scenes that transition from one scene to the next using comic book frames.
yeah, it's
and-
literally bringing the comic books to
Exactly.
life.
And the lighting effects they do, they'll switch from like a blue to a red or regular to this when scenes of horror or something happen. And
very 1950s. Kinda,
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
And we actually you showed me the trailer, the original Creepshow trailer earlier, and that was fun to see exactly with the lighting effects and the animated lightning. And,
Exactly.
Yeah, really fun.
So cool. And then the music was done by a gentleman named John Harrison, who also did Day of the Dead score, which is like
So
my
yeah, that's-
second favorite score of a movie. So it's funny. It's Creepshow #1, Day of the Dead. And then John Harrison actually went on to direct Tales from the Dark Side of the movie, which some say was supposed to be Creepshow Part 3. But then they, for whatever reason, I'm guessing probably because the producer didn't want to do it or something, they went to Tales from the Dark Side and couldn't use the Creepshow name. But Tales from the Dark Side of the movie actually was a great film also. Anyway, so the score of this movie is fantastic. One of my favorite opening credit scenes ever. So I don't know if you remember or not, but it starts with Joe Hill, who actually is Stephen King's son.
Yeah.
So it
now
starts
a
with
successful
him.
writer himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's a little boy though in his bed, and he's his dad just takes his comic book and this horror crap. Actually played by Tom Atkins, who takes his comic and throws it away.
Okay.
So then the little boy's in his bed and he sees a skeleton outside his bedroom window, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you, father." And then it transitions to an animated opening, and with the camera flying around, the music. It's just absolutely wonderful.
Very cool. Yeah.
I could talk forever about it. I'm sure everyone's tuned out by now.
No, I was thinking
But-
with that opening scene, and I'm sure that's so relatable for so many kids that
Right.
grew up on with those comic books.
Yeah.
Because I mean, back then it was this shocking. Oh, these are terrible. It's garbage for your mind, and
Exactly.
you're gonna turn
Yeah.
evil, and yeah.
But this movie just that's
It's
what I love
almost
about
like
it.
it's almost like how people think of video games now.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
being these like horrible,
Exactly.
violent things that are gonna rot your brain, and
So what do you think? Should we watch it?
Yeah, I think we should watch it.
yeah. Are we gonna
All right.
watch the VHS or your
No, we'll watch
fancy new
the
Blu-ray?
VHS. We'll talk about the Blu-ray in a little
It
bit.
just looks really pretty. I just keep eyeballing
We'll open it, but you gotta check the
Okay,
Blu-ray out.
so let's see if I can.
Can you make it?
I think
Who's got the fart machine?
all 5 of me. Okay.
And Vanna, what do we have today?
We have Creepshow on VHS.
Wow.
The most fun you'll ever have being scared.
And this is my original VHS tape I had as a kid. So I kept
That
it
is
forever. I
sweet.
preserved it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Adrienne Barbeau in the back.
Oh.
We love Adrienne Barbeau, right?
Looking at it.
She's
Sorry,
looking.
I'm reading.
She's reading it now.
I'm reading.
Look at Adrienne, poor Adrienne Barbeau. She's
Adrienne.
about to get befall some very bad.
Shivery delights from
teeth.
two masters of the macabre. All right, what do you say?
Pop
we
it in?
Pop it in.
All right. we'll take a look at this.
Did you be kind and rewind?
I was kind and rewound most of it. So, not completely, but most of it.
Okay.
I was kind and
okay.
rewound most. Oh, no, not yet, actually. No, I didn't. No, I was not kind. Into the VCR we go, my friend.
All right.
For the record, when it's your own, you don't have to.
You don't have
if
to.
you
Okay,
don't
cool.
want to.
Okay.
It's only when you're turning it back to the video store.
Oh, that's
Thank
right.
you
Okay,
for
good.
the clarification.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to check out Creepshow, and then we'll be right back afterwards to talk about a little more about it. So stick around.
Experience your favorite horror, comedy, or science fiction films of the 70s, 80s, and 90s on the big screen with the Cult Film Series at Roxy 14. Double features Thursdays at 7 p.m. Visit us on Facebook for more information.
Y'all ready?
You
For
ready
this?
Dun, 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 dun.
Welcome back to the Cult Show.
All right.
We're back. Had to take a dance break there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can we afford that?
Oh, good point. If you change it, we'll see what happens.
If it's acapella,
Throw some
does
caution.
We'll just like dub something else in. Like,
Good question. I don't know. So we just watched Creepshow, and I'm still in love with it. There's nothing you can ever do to tell me otherwise.
sneeze break. Sneeze, please.
Sneeze break.
Oh, your ear's okay there.
That's $1 in the
should've covered
sneeze
my
jar.
that was a little loud. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
You need another one?
No. I'm good.
I can't wait to fast or slow down
Freeze.
that frame and then right stop it right as she's sneezing. So that'll be fun for you guys. And view it now.
Oh, you know what? I'll talk about it later. I was going to say the ultimate trifecta. You know, we're talking
Oh
about
my goodness.
if I would have done that at the same time on that and that.
Wow, that would have been cool.
That would really be Armageddon.
That applies some major pressure to the two. There's like some muscles working at that point, so.
Takes all your core strength.
That's right. Wow.
Okay.
Awesome.
Anywho.
Anywho, so the
Creepshow.
Creepshow, it was so 5-film anthology type movie. So there's 5 separate stories in the one film, I should say. Not a 5-film anthology, but a 5-story anthology film. And they're all equally fabulous in my book, quite honestly. I love where they are placed in the film because they just keep it moving well. The first one, Father's Day, is kind of a more simple, I'm gonna call it lighthearted, if you will.
Right, yeah,
you know what I
okay.
mean? Because it's just about the dad being killed by his daughter and coming back out of the grave, murdering her and everyone else in the building during a party.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just campy and fun because it's the dad coming back looking for his Father's Day cake.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he ends up
all over cake.
all over cake,
All over
exactly.
cake.
And he
Cake
ends up-
is wonderful.
Yeah, and if
It's-
only he had
yeah.
that butterscotch pumpkin cake, he'd be okay. But
Exactly.
but
Have you ever received cake on Father's Day?
I have not.
I've never gotten
I have
a
not
Father's
received
Day
cake.
I don't think I've ever given my dad
I've had a
Father's Day cake.
dessert, but never.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. That dad did because in the movie he is very Nathan Grantham. With his cane, click, click. Where's my cake? So, anyway, excellent story, good story, lots of fun. Ed Harris's one of his very first movie roles. A very young Ed Harris dancing in
Awesome.
really tight jeans.
Ooh.
So go check that out.
I will.
Tell your mom, or whoever else
Yeah.
needs to. Go check that out. Because you just watched this, you don't have to look at it again.
And
Although I'd
he
be happy to.
almost has all of his hair.
Yes, he's got some
Almost.
hair.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can tell.
He pulls off
that's
the
what was
bald look,
interesting
though.
to me. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
He
Ed,
pulls it off well,
Ed
yeah.
Harris
Pulls
with
off
hair.
I know, right?
Ed Harris.
And then, and Ed Harris was in another George Romero film just a few years later called Night Riders. So you could say
Not to be
George Romero
confused
may have
with-
not Kit, no,
No,
not that
no.
Night Rider. That's Night Rider. This is
Harris,
Night
not
Riders.
Hasselhoff.
In fact, Tom Savini was in that Night Riders as well.
No
Yes.
way. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
mind blown, right? It's just like this big circular.
Yeah.
Well,
reference.
Ed Harris was also in Needful Things, which was the Stephen King.
Stephen King, that's right,
King.
and Bonnie Bedelia. Bedelia was the name of the daughter in Creepshow, with the
Oh
Where's my cake?
gosh.
Bedelia.
And Bonnie was in Parenthood. Anyone's catch that sitcom?
I saw it. It was actually a pretty good sitcom.
It was good. I watched the whole thing.
But I like how they killed off Craig T. Nelson at the end.
Oh, spoiler!
No, he deserved it.
Jeez.
What? I just love Peter Krause because I'm a big 6 Feet Under fan.
See, like, Sports Night. I love Peter Krause because of Sports
I've
Night.
never seen it.
You
because
gotta see it.
I don't know anything
Don't
about
talk
sports.
to me anymore until you see
I don't
Sports
know
Night.
anything
No,
about
don't
sports.
touch. No, it's not about sports.
Okay.
They're hosting a TV show.
Sports Night?
They're
So it's like
hosting,
a euphemism
they're
for
hosting a
something?
TV and Josh Charles. They're hosting a TV show.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of like it's about sports, but the show is about everything that happens.
Okay, their
yeah,
personal
in between.
lives and stuff. Okay.
You'll love it.
Okay.
It is a great film.
Yeah.
I mean, a great TV show.
Not as good as 6 Feet Under. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, I
We'll
just
see.
blew snot out of my nose. Another bodily function.
Okay. If you wonder why we're sitting so far apart,
Right, because things are just
you wonder
coming
why
out of
Freddie-
every orifice,
in
apparently.
between us,
It's a shield.
because we've learned that Kelly has issues controlling her flatulence.
Get
and
the camera
mucus,
on me and it
apparently.
all just
Poor Freddy's like, why am I dripping with goo?
just like
She's got the
Ring
she's
it
like the
out.
method actor, like Al Pacino, just like spitting everywhere, when she's talking and doing her thing.
I do
So-
that on stage all the time
Do
when
you?
I'm in plays, and a lot of actors, because you're projecting, so you're speaking
Yes.
and enunciating, you can see your spit coming out, and I feel so bad for the front row.
Right.
It's like splash zone.
It's like a
when
Gallagher
you're-
concert or something.
yeah.
It's like hold a sheet over your head. She's gonna squash the watermelon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring out watermelons.
front row pulls up their.
Their plastic wrap.
We
or
get all
whatever.
ponchos to everyone in the front row.
That was like a Reanimator, the show, the
The-
play.
Oh,
Reanimator. They did
I
a
wish I
Reanimator
would've
the
seen
play.
it.
Yeah, I actually went down to LA
And
specifically to see it.
Jeffrey Combs was in it, right?
No.
What am I thinking of? Oh, Jeffrey Combs did. It was like an Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes,
play.
that he did. Yes, that
was
he
Combs.
did.
Okay,
But
okay.
Stuart Gordon did write and direct
Oh,
the
okay,
play.
okay.
And he was there, and I got to meet him, of course, because I stayed
sweet.
behind. And I went, oh, I'm not worthy. but anyway, so there was a splash zone in the Reanimator
Got
play
it,
from all just the
okay.
blood that flies around
Yeah.
at the end and everything. But yeah. Anyway, off topic.
So, Creepshow.
Creepshow.
Okay,
What
so
we talking
Father's
about?
Day. What's after Father's Day?
And then after Father's Day, you go into the lonesome death of Jordy Verrill, which of course is an excellent, again, kind of call it lighthearted. It's a tragic story.
Much more, yeah.
Lonesome death is tragic. It's about a guy by himself that has no money and just living as best he can, and just befalls this horrible death by growing into a green plant. Basically, of course, played by
none other than Stephen King himself.
That's
So,
right.
which was
And-
really, really fun for me to see that, just being a Stephen King fan, and my dad is as well. So growing up, we had his books around the house.
Yes.
So I was always hearing about Stephen King, and
Yeah.
it was fun for me seeing him actually performing in front of the camera rather than
And he was
just
so
as a
good.
writer. I know.
That's the thing.
yeah,
It wasn't like he
yeah.
was bad.
No, he's great on
I mean,
camera.
he played this, I recall backwoods, quote unquote, character.
Right, yeah.
He used a lot of slang or talk, but I mean, he was so good in this, and
Yeah.
so the tragic is the best word I can use about the episode. I mean, he's trying so hard to, just get through life, and he finds a meteor that crashes down. Has daydreams he's going to sell it for like $200 only or something to pay off the
Pay off
loan
his
on the
debt,
farm.
or his loan. Yeah.
And then it cracks in half because he pours cold water on it. And then he's like, oh, the guy's like, I won't give you $2 for that. And all this stuff he's going on in his head. And
Yeah.
then he touches the stuff in the middle and it makes him grow. And,
Yeah.
it's a...
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize how multi-talented he is. He, of course, a brilliant writer. He can act. He's a
Yep.
musician. He plays guitar. He's a great guitarist. I mean,
He's
another jack of all
directed
trades.
Maximum Overdrive, which is another story he wrote.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Screenplay,
I didn't know
I
he
should say.
directed.
Screenplay, yeah.
Oh, screenplay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maximum
cool.
Overdrive.
Nice.
Yeah, and then you segue from there into another very fantastic story, which is Something That Tied You Over, which is
Oh.
Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson.
That's a scary one
so
because
that
it
is,
really taps into like a very primal fear of drowning.
Of drowning, yes, for sure.
It's,
I mean,
it's kind of disturbing.
but it's so
in the
good.
best way. Yeah.
It is. It's so
Yeah.
good again because Leslie Nielsen playing, and our live studio audience, by the way, Michael is here with us again. Thank you,
Thank
Michael.
you, Michael.
Say hi,
Yay.
Michael.
Applause for the audience.
Applause.
Usually the audience
applause
applauds
for the audience.
us.
I know, Michael doesn't
but
applaud us. We applaud Michael.
We applaud them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's how we do it here.
So
on
if
the
you
Cult
remember,
Show.
guys, Michael is our #1 cult film series fan. So
He is a human. We didn't just.
yeah, that's right. He is.
Like-
He's a, well, we're not sure, maybe,
We're
but
not sure,
he
no.
looks like it for the most part, right? So, but anyway, Michael was pointing out to us. This is his favorite episode because Leslie Nielsen. It's like a serious role for Leslie. So, which he had a point. You think about it. So Leslie Nielsen plays basically a husband who was upset that his wife was having an affair with Ted Danson, and they are going to leave him. And Leslie Nielsen's a very rich man, and clearly probably does not treat his wife very nicely, most likely.
Right.
And then he devises this quite brilliant plan to bury Ted Danson up to his neck in the sand and let the ocean actually do the dirty work.
Yeah.
He does the same to his wife, who's down the beach further. And then it's about them basically coming back and exacting their revenge as
Yeah. And it's like not only
ghostly zombie-type figures.
not only does it tap into a fear of drowning, but also claustrophobia. Like
Everything
being
you can think
it's
about.
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
The fact you can't move and you're just sitting there watching
Gotta hold your
death.
breath. Like
Yeah, exactly. And exactly, I can hold
long
my
can you hold your
breath for a
breath? Yeah, yeah.
long time. So fantastic episode, love it. There's in fact there's a line from it. Leslie Nielsen says to Ted Danson about go my the wife's down there, go she's waiting for her knight in shining corduroy. And I when I first met my wife, of course we weren't married then, she wasn't my wife.
Yeah.
She was just a girl. But I used to wear corduroy pants sometimes, like for work. I had a couple pair of corduroy pants, and I would say, "I'm your knight in shining corduroy."
Aww.
And she never knew where I stole that from, until one day I was watching it, and she heard that come up, and she's like, "Hey!" I'm like, "Oh shoot,
I've been caught.
I've been
found
caught."
out.
Yeah, I didn't make that up.
We gotta
Sorry.
we gotta get you some
But-
cords next time,
I know,
next
that's
episode.
okay. But anyway, she forgave me, so
Yeah.
I gave her a kid. We're even. So
You just gave her a
I gave her
just
one. Yeah,
Like,
no.
oh, here you go.
this kid looks available.
Oh.
And then.
But yeah, it's so fun seeing brilliant comedic actors in dramatic roles
Yeah,
like that.
for sure.
I love that.
And what's hysterical is that everyone knows Leslie Nielsen is famous for his fart machine, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Naked Gun or Police
Oh no,
Squad.
well, yeah,
or,
there's that too. But he
yeah.
also, when he's on set, we've heard this from several different people. I've read this online a lot. Caleb was doing some research. He found it again as well.
Which I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, so
I didn't know the whole fart
he has the fart machine, and he'll put it in his pocket or whatever, and then he'll just sit there and rank and have it go off during all these different scenes. So when you're trying to film something, it's one thing when it's a comedy, I
pretty
guess, and you're
brilliant.
laughing. Well,
Yeah.
regardless, you want to be able to do what you're supposed to do, right,
Yeah.
for your director,
Yeah.
get through the scene. But he's, constantly making people break character because of his fart machine. And
Oh, that's funny.
there's
Well, I think he likes to save it for serious parts in the movie. You know,
Okay.
I believe Jamie Lee Curtis was saying that on, what was the movie?
Prom Night.
Prom Night, during a funeral scene, where everyone's supposed to be crying and sad, he'd have it go off then, So, he's still a comedian for sure.
So then we have episode 4, which is the crate, which is probably the more serious of the ones. It's the longest of the 5 stories. It definitely takes its most time setting everything up and then going through. And again, the crate is cool. You got Hal Holbrook and Fritz Weaver, and then you got Adrienne Barbeau in it. And Adrienne Barbeau plays this wonderfully obnoxious character of Wilma, or everyone can call her Billy. She says over and over, and there's some great scenes of Hal Holbrook just dreaming about killing her. Like he shoots her in the head in one scene, and he strangles her in another, and he ultimately does devise a way to offer with the
Quite beastly way.
The beastly way, the beast, who was called Fluffy. Tom Savini did him, and they named him Fluffy because he was a very fluffy, furry beast with a very vicious bite.
Yeah.
So, but some really great Tom Savini special effects here, some gore effects with the attacks, especially
The mauling.
The maulings, yes,
Yeah.
especially with the one student who gets a chonk out of his neck and then nails in the face.
Chonk.
Pretty cool, pretty good job.
Yeah.
So awesome episode, and then you end with They're Creeping Up on You, which is the E.G. Marshall one with all the cockroaches. So thousands and thousands and thousands of cockroaches, live cockroaches, that were used for E.G. Marshall playing basically germaphobe, a very, very rich, racist germaphobe in his New York apartment, his Manhattan apartment, and then basically just dealing with ends up being a cockroach infestation at the
exactly.
end. So, and again, it's a great term.
And again,
because-
all real. I mean, that's
Oh,
not
all
that's not
practical
CG
effects, exactly.
cockroaches.
So,
Like
practical
the real
effects.
deal. Yeah.
The only way to go. You'll find
Yeah.
that about us, that we love practical effects.
Yes, we do.
Has to be practical,
It
or
has to be.
I don't know.
Go
But-
practical or go home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is all. I mean, this is all real latex people that are made.
Yeah.
Bugs busting out of parts
Yeah.
of them. And
Not that CG is bad in moderation. I mean, there's some amazing
there's needs
animation
for it,
out
but
there. You know,
there is.
yeah,
Yes. But, I mean,
really
you know,
amazing stuff. But
when
but
something's
in this
real-
case, like yeah,
when you can see it, you can see it.
you can do.
You can tell. So, Caleb, you got a good fact about the bugs and the money they
Ugh,
spent.
it's just,
That's right. That the bugs were actually the most expensive part of the film.
That's right.
They cost 50 cents a pop, and they used 250,000
Yep.
of them, I think.
That's what you said.
So-
So it's
and
pretty
how
cool.
many
Yeah.
went pop? No, I'm just kidding. That's gross. That's gross. Okay.
There were a few that got smushed.
He went pop at the end.
He went pop.
He
Yes.
went pop.
He
yeah.
went pop
Oh,
for sure.
spoiler. Okay.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
no.
We're not here to not spoil it. We're here to sing the praises of the Creep Show.
Yeah, gross.
It is.
I don't
It's
like,
gross. My father hated. He grew up in Brooklyn, and so he hated cockroaches because he would fight them off as a kid. You know, because they're always in your shoes and in your food and whatever. So I remember when that episode came out, that movie came out, and that episode though, he was like,
Giving the
oh my
heebie-jeebies.
god, that was the worst thing he ever had to go through watching all those cockroaches. But it's hysterical because again, the guy is just this really mean, racist man, and it's a perfect, fitting end of
comeuppance,
what's, basically what he gets,
Were any cockroaches harmed in the making of this film? Were any animals harmed?
I'm going to say there probably were a few that got
Yeah.
smushed. And there's a great story that someone tells, it might have been Tom Savini, about at one point, they had these tubes where you had to push the cockroaches through to make them go up and come out of E.G. Marshall's chest at the end, or his mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was one scene where the wrangler, whoever they had, pushing
yeah,
him
the
up,
animal wrangler,
like the
yeah.
little cover didn't work or something, right?
Okay.
And the cockroaches came back down the guy's arm and all the way down. And he said the guy just went screaming, running out the set with the cockroaches, running all over
Yeah.
him, And I'm like, yeah, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do so well with a bunch of giant cockroaches on me.
I
Especially
gotta
we got
say-
the hitsers, those hissing cockroaches, whatever. I probably wouldn't do so well. But you never heard of the hissing cockroach?
I've never heard of a hissing
Really? Oh,
cockroach,
yeah.
but I mean that segment of the movie is
Yeah.
very disgusting.
yeah.
And now that you're telling me they hiss too,
They can. There are
Yeah.
hissing cockroaches.
I'm like even more.
I'm not a fan of insects in
Right.
movies or anywhere in general.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm not a huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like the bees in Candyman, that gets me every time. It's just like, ugh,
What's cool is he has them in his mouth, though.
I know, and it's this is where you get hit with prey.
That's where I get hit. Oh, that's what does it.
Yes.
Bees in the mouth.
told me-
Bees in the
He
mouth.
told me I could use this as a weapon.
I said, yeah. If you ever have to hit me,
yeah.
it's
But,
better hit me with Freddy than.
So Jordan Peele supposedly is redoing Candyman.
Yes,
or
yeah.
Rebooting, whatever,
Right.
whatever you want to call it. But
I know there's a lot of mixed response
Right.
to that mixed.
Well, it's hard.
What do you call it?
Candyman, you think of Tony Todd.
Yeah.
So you got to just figure.
But I'm down. Like I trust Jordan Peele to do it, because Get Out was amazing.
It was.
Yeah.
But I want to see. Was that, did he strike lightning that one time? Because lightning never strikes twice in the same place. They say. I guess.
You can tell
But-
he is a very intelligent guy.
He is. I agree with that.
Yeah.
No question. So I hope.
he's hilarious.
We
and
always
Key and
need
Peele, I
more
love.
people in this genre, more new upcomers
Yes,
that
yeah.
are intelligent and have a very good voice and vision.
And an amazing
So
writer,
I'm
yeah.
crossing my fingers for Jordan.
I have faith in him.
well,
Yeah.
and it's interesting that you've got like Danny McBride doing Halloween, Jordan Peele possibly doing Candyman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's sort of this comedic kind
Yes.
of vein
Yeah, isn't that
running
interesting? I know.
through some of this.
Yeah.
So does that mean?
offering it a different twist? I
But
guess.
does that mean that people? Because a lot of times, like for the cult film series, people who come to the horror films oftentimes won't come to the comedy films. And I always think like, is there really that much of a difference? I mean, there's a difference in genre, but
Yeah.
as a person who enjoys horror, does that mean you're not supposed to like the comedy, or does it
it's
mean
not
you just don't
true.
care as much to go see it in person? Whereas I love comedy, and I
Yeah,
and I
me
love
too.
horror,
Yeah.
and I love to watch both with people, right?
Right, yeah,
Comedies are
exactly.
funnier with other people.
Oh, yeah,
Horror
100%.
is scarier with other people.
Yep.
Well, kind of, I guess. I was watching Hereditary by myself in my room, in the dark after everyone went to bed. I put my little headphones on. I had my iPad,
Yeah.
and I actually was watching it
Oh,
by
we gotta
myself
save
in the
that for
dark.
a future
We'll
episode,
talk
though,
about it
because
for
that's
sure.
one of my favorites.
But
so
that can
yeah.
be scary too when you isolate
Yes.
yourself in a dark room,
Right.
and you have your headphones on, so you can't hear anything around you. You know, so especially with a movie like that. Too,
And you look
know.
up in the corner, and Tony Collette's like on your ceiling.
That's right.
Or, you know, yeah.
doing whatever.
I
she's
wish,
doing.
right?
So, but
But
we'll
you
talk
know,
about-
sometimes some of the best comedy is kind of a social commentary, and some
Yeah.
of the best horror is also like shining a spotlight on different things. So why not blend the two together? You
Oh,
know?
I think that's-
and
yeah.
it's not like I would say that the Halloween remake or the recent sequel
yeah,
was
the
a
recent
was a comedy by any means. But
Right.
there were some funny things in it.
It
Same
had
thing,
levity.
Few chuckles.
Get
if you
Out,
like,
was
okay.
kind of scary as hell, but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still had some very, very funny things in it as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I say more power to them. Blend
no,
it
for sure.
Blend
Yes.
it. Have fun with it.
Oh no, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's just interesting to me that you have that. You're saying that, so that means you should be able to make you should be able to like comedy and like horror and likewise like horror and love.
It doesn't
comedy.
have to be one or the other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like them
Yeah.
both, people. It's okay.
Who's gonna be the new Virginia Madsen? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because she's so good in that
Yeah.
film. Yeah.
I don't know. Does that tie up Creepshow?
That's like-
Anything else
the
you want
epilogue,
to say?
the voodoo doll.
The voodoo doll,
voodoo
yes,
doll,
there is the
yes.
voodoo doll at the end, which
the little-
which is cool. In fact, it's the scene Tom Savini is in. You're up there now. Okay. This is the scene Tom Savini is in.
Tom.
He plays the garbage man, and he finds a Creepshow comic that Dad throws away from the very beginning.
Yeah, the
and they're
trash, all
flipping
this
through it,
trash,
and then they
yeah.
get those ads. Remember the ads you used to find in comics where you get the X-ray glasses
Yeah.
and this and that? There's one for a voodoo doll, but the little send-away tab is missing already from it. And then the next scene, you got the little
Got
boy with his
little
voodoo
Billy
doll.
there,
Yeah. And he's, I hope you die, or whatever he's saying, stabbing it, and his dad's like, and it ends on the, him,
Yeah.
the boy, just like, So it's, I don't know. Like one of those perfect films for me. I don't see
Yeah.
how you can make that film any better. I'll be quite honest.
Yeah, and do you like anthology horror
I do
in
typically.
general?
I do
So
actually. You know what I think about it?
not just this one,
movies,
but-
because you know what else I
Yeah.
love? The Twilight Zone movie.
Okay.
In fact, I just bought it this morning as a joke.
Oh,
Bring
nice.
that up because it was on sale. Finally, thank you iTunes.
All right.
Finally put it on sale.
Yes.
Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah.
The Tales from the Dark Side movie. Creepshow 2, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of.
Okay,
And there's a
okay.
I've gotten in fights on, my wonderful friends at Forever Midnight podcast.
Yes. Hi guys.
So hi, Brian, Jeff, and Josh. We get in this fight every time I'm on there, and we talk about our favorite horror films, and then I say Creepshow, and then you guys talk about Creepshow too. So, I like to smack them on the head with the microphone and tell them how nuts they are, but I don't know. I can't. There's no more I can say about that other than there's people who
Yeah.
love the second one, who seem to like it more than the first one. And for the life of me, you don't understand why.
Yeah, I
because
haven't seen the
the
second one in
music
so
and
long.
the animation and the acting and the stories are
just-
1,000 times better.
Okay.
The second one, it's like an hour-and-a-half film. Only has 3 stories. There's the first one, Chief Woodenhead, that everyone says is just boring,
Oh.
and it's got George Kennedy, and it's probably, I don't know. I mean, it's everyone seems to hate that one that says, I love Creepshow too. I hate that first story though. Whatever. And then you have the second one is the Raft. Everyone says they
okay,
love
yeah,
the
yeah.
Raft, but it's like okay, but I mean, I don't know. It's just a real simple story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then the third one, of course, is the best out of the 3, which is the Hitchhiker one. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just, and then what ties them all together is just none were not as well done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
See, I can't really comment because I haven't watched it in probably 15 years. It's
Okay.
been a long time, so
Well.
I don't really feel qualified to comment. on-
anyone listening or
Yeah.
watching, if you somehow think you can justify why Part 2 is better, please feel free to do so. And if you can't, and you're on my boat, please echo that. Okay, so that is Creepshow.
That is Creepshow.
That is Creepshow,
That
the
is
wonderful,
Creepshow.
wonderful Creepshow. So we're going to take one more break here for our friends, and then when we come back, we have the awesome brand new Blu-ray that came out from Shout Factory.
Oh,
So
still sealed.
I've been waiting for this. We're going to open this real quick and see what's in it. And then Kelly even brought us a trivia game we might get to. Do you have time for
did.
trivia? Or
I
we have
brought
to
it
push that off
back.
again?
Well, we'll
Okay,
see.
We'll
We're not
see.
sure.
We'll see what happens.
We are back with vengeance and with this beautiful box set right here, the Creepshow Blu-ray from Shout Factory. Still in the shrink wrap, but it's about to come off.
Yes.
Baby, here we go.
Scream Factory came out with this wonderful new Blu-ray that I've been hanging on to until we finally did this
Is it
episode.
Shout Factory or Scream Factory? Did I mess it up?
No, it's both.
Oh, okay.
Shout Factory is like the parent company or the main company,
Right,
and they have the
yeah.
horror bit
Okay.
that is Scream Factory.
Just checking, so
So
I
you're
don't get
good.
any hate.
I know, because you almost got mad at me. Ooh,
I
look
did,
at that
I did.
cellophane. It's
Oh.
that's high gloss, high quality.
Get right in the microphone. Yeah.
Yeah. How's it smell? How's it taste?
We're engaging all the senses here with this
Wait.
unboxing. What does it smell like?
It's got
I don't smell it.
new Blu-ray smell.
Ah.
Does it smell like crate?
I'll be honest, VHS tapes smell better. Michael, did you just sneeze? Are you sure?
Oh, we missed a sneeze freeze.
Uh-oh. That's $1 in a sneeze jar if you did, buddy.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Okay,
pull it
so
out
when you
slowly,
open it up,
slowly.
slowly. There you go. For those of you that are listening, you can play that over and over as much as you wish.
Someone's gonna upload a video of that on a loop
Oh
for
my goodness.
5 hours.
Okay, so they give you a nice
Ooh.
book and a new Blu-ray.
The box itself is very solid. It's not flimsy. Serious. It's a thick. I
is.
mean, feel
No,
it. It's a thick
nice-
cardboard.
that's a.
Like
you can whack someone in the head with
when
that
you
pretty
squeeze
good.
it, it doesn't completely bend a lot.
That's right.
I appreciate it. It's very nice.
All right. Kelly, you handle the.
Ooh, I'll handle
Do your best
the-
Vanna with that book, will you? What's in there? What's in that book?
I need a much more sparkly dress. From when you get
What's
it.
in the book?
What's in
What's in
the
the book?
So we've got some.
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
We've got lots of great pictures and stories, and I don't want to show too much because there's a little ad for Night Riders.
Oh,
We were just
cool.
talking
Night
about
Riders
that, yeah.
ad? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Talking about that. See, people, we know what we're talking about once in a while.
I don't want to.
Not all the
like,
time.
I don't want to spoil too much.
Why not?
Because they've got to buy it themselves.
They
so
probably
they
already
can
have
see-
it because
Yeah, they probably.
it's
they're
been out for
watching this.
2
they
months
probably-
now.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, there's some awesome
Look at
artwork.
the. Oh, that's
and-
cool. Yeah,
that's really cool.
Love that. That's the guy from the poster
Yeah.
in my
oh,
office.
this is a good one too. I like that.
That's
That's
nice.
that looks like the French poster.
Look at the back.
And then
The back's
ooh,
got-
Oh, look at this! Is cool. Two Evil Eyes.
Oh wow.
George Romero. I haven't seen George Romero and Dario Argento. Have you seen Two Evil
Yeah,
Eyes?
Two Evil Eyes.
Okay.
In fact, our good buddy Bill Lustig, I think he has the rights to that movie
Oh.
on his.
Your good buddy. I didn't know he was a buddy.
Bill Lustig? Oh,
He's a buddy?
Hi, Bill. Yeah,
Oh,
we're good. He
hi.
has Blue Underground, and I think that's one of his movies.
Oh,
So in the back's
okay.
got Nathan coming out of the grave looking for his cake.
Cake. Where's the cake?
And then, of course, you got the Blu-ray itself cover, which is the infamous poster, which I had the poster in my office framed, and I tracked down Tom Savini in Indianapolis and had him sign it. So, and Caleb was with me. We went out to our friend Phil, who owns Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine,
Yes.
had a
Hi,
convention.
Phil.
Hey, Phil. And no, we're not paying you for mentioning your magazine, so don't even ask.
We'll give you cake though. On Father's Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he had a convention for relaunching the magazine, and Caleb and I went. Tom Savini was there. I brought my poster.
Nice.
Tom signed it. It is hanging
All
prominently
right, let's pop it
in my
open.
office.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Ooh.
You have this beautiful. This is the artwork they did. Whee, it spins. The artwork that they released for this Blu-ray, and what's kind of cool they did also is the cover is reversible, so you can
Oh,
see
no
this.
way.
You recognize that?
Oh,
From
sweet.
right there.
I love the Shining poster.
So yeah, it's on there too.
It's oh my gosh.
So
I
this is the
love
comic that came out, which is hanging on the wall as well. This is really cool. It's you can either do either way. So I love this comic. As a kid, I used to read this thing every day. Every day.
Aw.
It's a wonder that I haven't gone crazy or mental or.
Well, you do road rage a lot.
I do. It's
So
a good
there's
point.
that.
I do
There's that.
road rage.
Yeah.
I trigger quite often.
You're such a snowflake.
What is that? Snowflake? Is that
you
new?
don't know that?
Snowflake?
Yeah, snowflake.
It's like
yeah,
a
millennial.
liberal.
No, first time I heard that.
Precious.
Because people say that like liberals are really like too sensitive, so they're like a precious little snowflake.
A liberal, but not a
Yes.
millennial. Or is it
Or
both?
both.
I think it's both.
But I think it's mostly liberal.
I think it's it has to do with the entitled,
Yeah. But again, we're not.
I
going-
am precious. I am,
Oh,
This
okay.
is a
So you can call
we're
someone
not,
a
we're not getting
snowflake.
political.
Like
we're
they're
not
being, like
getting
they're
into
very,
that.
very easily upset and or
Triggered.
not.
because they're
not tough.
they're
Not
delicate.
tough, they're delicate.
If you,
Yeah,
hold
snowflake.
them in your hand too long,
Yeah.
they will melt.
I get you.
But snowflakes are so pretty.
They can be, yeah.
They're
Okay.
beautiful.
I'm learning something every day
Nothing wrong with being delicate.
being with you, Kelly. I want you to know that.
Well, and you're
You are
educating me
schooling
with
me.
all these films that I haven't seen, that I'm ashamed that I haven't seen because I was too busy watching fairy tale theater as a kid or whatever, which is amazing, by the way. And if you haven't seen it, you should
Too busy
watch
watching
it.
all these kid movies. Man, that is
But
really
hey,
nice.
fairy tale theater is amazing. Have you seen it?
I've never even heard of it.
No.
Oh, it was on. I believe it was HBO or Showtime. It was like one of the paid cable networks. Shelley Duvall's the host, and it's an anthology series. It's a fairy tale anthology. So each episode is a different fairy tale, and she got like A-list amazing actors to be in these fairy tales.
Is this old or new?
This is 80s.
80s. Okay.
Yeah. So she's the host, so she introduces each episode, and I mean,
Did she do any as olive oil?
no,
'cause
they're,
she
they're
was-
like classic, like Grimm's fairy tales, Hans Christian.
But she
Andersen.
introduced it though. She was like, "Oh, Popeye."
No, she was
Or-
just playing it herself.
Okay.
Shelley Duvall as herself.
Or-
but,
Or what was her character name in The Shining? Torrance. So
Oh, what was her name?
oh, what? I just want to call her
Oh my
Shelley.
God.
Mrs.
I-
Torrance.
Mrs.
That's okay. She didn't.
Jack and Wendy.
She didn't. Wendy. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
She didn't go. Get away from me.
No, no, but she got like
Stop.
she got Robin Williams, Mick Jagger, Terry Garr, like all these like hot stars.
Of the 80s. Terry
Yes.
Garr. Yes, for sure.
Yes, yeah, and it's amazing. The whole series is available in a box set, but I recommend
And
it.
we'll tell you who it is if you paid us. Just kidding. So we don't know who that is.
We don't know
Who released that box set of?
Oh, right.
That is some righteous water, by the way.
And a very nice mug as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly, would you like to ask us a trivia question?
I'd love to. Thank you for asking. I'd love to show off my Trivial Pursuit Horror Movie Edition. Woo woo! 100 years of horror.
Are you sure we have time for this?
We'll make time for it.
Welcome to the super long edition.
So, by the way, this fell in my car, so all the cards, I didn't have to shuffle the cards because they all got
They got
mixed up.
shuffled? Okay.
They all got mixed up naturally. There they go.
If someone is listening to this, they could get from here to LA during this one episode.
All right, so I'm guessing this is a standard Trivial Pursuit style.
Yes, but much
Question
more
game.
compact. You don't have a board. You just have the cards and the dice.
Okay. There are categories.
There are different categories. I'm
And they also
feverishly
have
looking
this
for the
wedge-shaped
category card.
box. This is a wedged, plastic-shaped box. I am the man in the wedge-shaped box.
We're playing 52 card pickup. It's going great right now.
We
so,
are amateurs. We don't know what we're doing.
So the categories are,
So-
I'm just gonna,
Kelly used to work in Vegas as a shuffler until he chased her out of town.
I'm still a shuffler with my tap
No, you're a
shoes.
player.
Okay, so
Trigger.
the categories of the game, there's, let's see if I can do this from memory. I think that's monster,
Was it in
gore,
French or something?
gore disturbing, psychological, paranormal, killer, and international. So those are the different categories.
But are those all my personalities, or is that the categories?
But those are the categories.
Okay, just making sure. Checking.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Take the hit.
pick a
Oh,
card, any card. Take it.
she's mad at me now.
Okay, pick a card.
I'm gonna pick this one.
Okay, are you doing me or I'm doing you?
Oh, whatever you want to do.
Okay, let's see. Well, now I can't decide what to do. Okay. To what M. Night Shyamalan film was Split a sequel?
Split. Oh, well, it must have been Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Yep,
Yeah.
very good.
Yay! I'm like, wait, that hasn't come out. Oh, wait, no, that one came out.
All right, hit me.
It's Glass I'm thinking of.
Hit me.
Hit
Oh,
the Hitman.
which I'm-
Shoot.
And we are very excited for Glass.
We
yes,
are.
we
We
are.
are really excited for Glass.
Super excited. Yeah, that teaser trailer was like, ugh.
Yeah, seriously, I was really excited.
Yeah.
Jeez, these are really slippery.
Okay, so it's not just me. I was
No,
like, why
remember
does
those
he
water
drop these
weenies in
things?
the '80s they used to give you at the fair?
Oh, yeah.
Remember those things?
I do remember those.
I'm not gonna reenact the hand gesture that goes with them.
Just imagine a shake weight, but it keeps slipping
Yes.
through your hand.
But slipperier.
Which one did you? I don't know which one. Am I just asking any of them?
Yeah, which
To what M. Night Shyamalan film? Oh wait.
Oh no.
Who directed The Village?
M. Night
That's right.
Shyamalan.
That's weird. Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
In Cannibal Holocaust, how many members comprise the missing American film crew?
3?
Oh, you're so close. It's 4. Director Alan Yates, script girl Faye Daniels, and cameramen Jack Anders and Mark Tommaso.
Okay. Well, that was close.
Cannibal Holocaust, a film I never want to watch again. One time was
turtle.
enough. Thank you very much. Poor turtle.
R.I.P. Turtle.
Poor little fuzzy,
bunny or
whatever that
whatever,
animal
yeah.
thing was. Poor
Yeah.
woman shoved on a stake. Even though that wasn't real, but
No,
still.
I was kidding.
Ugh.
She's probably okay.
Yeah.
Well, she was probably traumatized a little bit. No,
Probably.
No.
That probably hurt a little bit. Anyway,
Okay, so yes, slippery cards aside, I do love this game, and it's very fun. With
should we ask
the
Michael one?
family.
Do you have time to ask Michael one?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's gonna know.
Are you game,
all of
Michael?
it. Okay.
Michael?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you're still there.
You pick one.
You want to ask it, or
It's
want me
fine.
to show you?
Pick the hardest one, because this guy's good. So we need to give him a challenge.
Well, these are all easy for him. He's we gotta do this one just because it's easy, but we've done it before. So, what Halloween actress, 1978 Halloween actress, played the protagonist Alana in Terror Train?
I don't know.
What? We stumped Michael.
Jamie?
It's Jamie Lee Curtis. We showed Terror Train at the Cult series a year or two
You
ago.
heard it here first. We stumped Michael.
Wow, that's not easy, folks. I think Michael is
That's
probably.
probably the only time that's ever going to happen, because
Yeah.
this guy knows his stuff.
He
Like,
does.
we are.
I think he's just probably hungry.
I think so. He's getting tired. We're
We've kept him
boring
here a
him to
long
tears.
time.
We're boring him to tears. So yeah, I love this game.
All right, we can bring this out later too, right?
We can bring it anytime you want, because it's
Keep-
super fun and chuckles. So thank you for watching and joining us today.
Yes, we had a good
We
time.
hope you had a decent time.
Go out and watch Creepshow if you haven't yet. Check it out. Check it out.
VHS or Blu-ray.
Yeah, either
whatever
one.
you prefer. Your preferred medium.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone. Caleb, Kelly, Michael. Thank you.
Signing off, Kelly Hittman, your ghostess hostess with the mostest.
I'm Neil yet again.
And I'm Caleb. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. I think we got applause.